Now I'll show you how to sew together the shoulders, or I actually will knit the shoulder together, because to my knowledge there are two ways of doing it. You can either knit or you can use a needle and sew. So I will first get rid of the stitches that go on the right side of my seam. I have turned the whole body of the sweater inside out, and I have here both my knitting needles, and here's the armhole, and here I have put the number of stitches I need for my neckline later. So I find my yarn, I just wrap it around a finger to keep it stable when I begin to knit. And what I will do now is actually to cast off, only I will do it picking up one stitch from each of my needles. So I will first, as when you begin to cast off regularly, I will knit 2 stitches. I will first pick up one stitch from my first needle, and then I'll pick up the same stitch from my second needle. I pick up the yarn and I pull it through both stitches, and I slip it off the needles like this, and then I let go of my yarn, and I will just have to organize a little bit, and I repeat. I stick my knitting needle through the first stitch on my first needle and the first stitch on the second needle, and I knit the both of them together like this. And now I can take, as when I cast off regularly, I will take the first stitch and I will slip it over the second, and I will just keep going. I knit both stitches and I take the first one and I slip it over the last, and I just keep going until I have cast off the number of stitches that I want. I will not do this too tight, because then your shoulders will be tight and unelastic. So I make sure I leave some room for movement in the garment. And this is what it will look like on the inside. I will keep going and I will get back to you with the finish and what it will look like. Now I just have my 2 last stitches. I pull the right one over the left, and then I just pull my yarn end through the last stitch, like this, and I cut my yarn. And now when I turn my sweater inside out. This is what my shoulder looks like. You won't have this crease, or whatever I would want to call it. You won't have that after you are finished having steamed it and it's ready to use. Then it will be flat. So I'll just try to show you. This is more what it will look like